Alex, I walked into the shop this morning and realized I've reached a new stage of adulthood. I spent 10 minutes looking for my good safety glasses, only to find them on top of my head, after I'd already put on a backup pair.
So you were wearing two pairs of safety goggles? That's not a stage of adulthood, Tiger. That's just a cry for help.
Hey, double the protection. Plus, it really helps with that confused professor aesthetic I'm going for. But honestly, looking at the news this morning, I think we all need a little extra clarity. It's February 9th, 2026, and the industry is moving faster than a router bit in soft pine.
It really is. I'm looking at these trends from the TigerDen blog today. Metal fab, plumbing scholarships, and the new CNC side hustle. And it feels like the barrier to entry for actually making a living with your hands is changing. It's getting techie.
It is. Let's talk about that metal fab shift first. Fulcrum just launched this thing called Control last week. It's manufacturing software for the little guys, the sheet metal shops, and CNC boutiques.
Wait, hold on. Do we really need more software? I thought the whole point of being a maker was getting away from a screen.
Man, I wish. But here's the thing, nobody tells you. In 2026, the shop that spends all day figuring it out is the shop that goes broke. What they don't put in the manual is that 40% of your time in a metal shop is usually wasted just moving material or waiting for a drawing. This AI-driven stuff is basically just a digital shop foreman that doesn't drink all your coffee and complain about his back.
So it's not taking the craft away. It's just making sure you're actually crafting instead of doing math on a napkin.
Exactly. Let's just say I paid tuition on that lesson back in the day. I once spent 3 days hand-filing a bracket for a custom gate, only to realize I'd read the blueprint upside down. If I'd had a digital twin of the project, the software would have flagged it. Instead, I had a very expensive piece of scrap metal and a very bruised ego.
Speaking of learning the hard way, I'm seeing some huge news here for the trades. The PHCC Educational Foundation is dropping $18,000 in scholarships. That's 75 different awards.
That is massive. If you're an apprentice or thinking about it, that is literally free money on the table. And look at that 9-week intensive program they mentioned. 9 weeks to get credentials that lead straight to a union.
Okay, but what about when people say those boot camps don't give you the real-world experience? 9 weeks versus a 4-year apprenticeship seems like a huge jump.
It is, and nobody warns you about this, but those 9 weeks will feel like a year's worth of work. It's high intensity. But here's what the old-timers know but don't share. The basics don't change. If you can sweat a pipe and understand pressure gradients under pressure, you're 80% there. The rest you learn when the homeowner is hovering over your shoulder at 2 a.m. while their basement floods.
Speaking from experience,
Don't ask me how I figured that one out. Let's just say I've never seen a cat swim that fast before.
let's pivot to the maker moguls. The blog is saying that if you want to survive on Etsy or Shopify in 2026, you can't just be a one-hit wonder with one cool product. They're talking about strategic product ranges.
Yeah, the product ladder. This is huge. What the YouTube tutorials leave out is that shipping is going to eat your soul if you only sell $15 items.
So you're saying I shouldn't just sell the candle. I should sell the wick trimmer and the matches too?
Precisely. It's about average order value. If someone is already paying for shipping and has their credit card out, give them the system. If you're a woodworker, don't just sell a desk organizer. Sell the matching phone stand and the cable management clips. It's what I wish someone had told me 10 years ago when I was selling individual coasters for $5. I was basically a charity for the post office.
Tiger's Coaster Charity. I like it. But really, the blog says personalized home office gear and modular storage are the big winners this year.
It makes sense. Everyone is still optimizing their home office. And if you've got a CNC, that's your bread and butter. Which brings us to the CNC side hustle. Everyone asks, Tiger, is it dead? Did the market get flooded with $300 laser cutters and cheap signs?
And is it? Because I see those live laugh love signs at every craft fair I go to.
Between us? Yeah, the live, laugh, love market is a bloodbath. Avoid it. But here's the secret part they leave out. The money in 2026 is in functional precision parts. Hobbyists who need custom brackets for their drones, or replacement parts for vintage sewing machines, or modular organizers for specific tool drawers.
So it's less art and more utility.
It's both, but if it's functional, people will pay double. However, and this is a big however, fancy tech won't save you if your fundamentals are trash. Rob Cosman just put out a reminder on stock prep. joiner and planer work.
The boring stuff.
It's only boring until you try to glue up a tabletop and it looks like a Pringles chip because your boards weren't flat. Ask me how I know. I once tried to force a tabletop flat with 17 clamps and a lot of prayer.
And let me guess, the wood won?
The wood always wins, Alex. It's a living thing. It has memory, it has spite. If you don't square it up properly from the start, it will find a way to ruin your day 6 months later. Learned that one the hard way when a dining table I made literally exploded, and I mean bang, during a Thanksgiving dinner.
No way. Did the turkey survive?
The turkey stayed on the table, but the guests didn't stay for dessert.
Okay, so if I'm starting today, Feb 9, 2026, what's the Get to Work project?
Build a custom valet tray. Low material cost, you can use scraps of walnut or cherry. It's a great way to practice your CNC precision or your hand tool joinery. It's high perceived value. People love a place to put their EDC, their everyday carry.
Even if their everyday carry is just 2 pairs of safety glasses and a confused expression.
Especially then.
So, what's the big takeaway for today, Tiger? For the person sitting in their garage right now, wondering if they should actually try to sell that first piece or apply for that trade scholarship.
The takeaway is that the TigerDen isn't about the tools you own. It's about the speed at which you learn from your mistakes. Whether you're using AI software to run a metal shop or you're just learning how to use a hand plane, don't be afraid to pull tuition on a lesson. The only failed project is the one you didn't start because you were worried about it being perfect.
Well said. Even if it results in an exploding Thanksgiving table.
Hey, it was a memorable dinner.
That's it for the Daily Digest. Go build something great today.
And for heaven's sake, check your head for your safety glasses before you buy a new pair. See you tomorrow.